Welcome to Hoy's Radio, where the opinion is real and straight off the top. Today we have a special co-host, a guest appearance as co-host.
Hello, I'm KG. Special co-host is sound for now.
Special co-host, I am DJ Bongani Mina, and this is Hoy's Radio. DJ Bongani Mina, my surname is Pella, so Bongani Mina Pella. That's my full name.
Oh no.
So, yeah, just bear that in mind.
I mean,
that
of course.
we are on Hoy's Radio, and our special guest co-host is...
Hi, everybody. I just go by the name of KG because I bring the G in the room, and I think I know a lot of KGs, but this KG is absolutely different. So...
Hi, unique KG. How are you?
I'm well. Yeah, it's been a week, but I'm good.
Yeah. What's been happening this week? Let's just contextualize things for people who don't know. Where are we in South Africa right now?
It's been... I just feel like South Africa is a movie. Ne?
Okay.
And we happen to be like the supporting cast of the movie, but we also are the main players within the movie. And so it's like a lot of moving parts. And then there's just other people who are excited to like have popcorn and just watch everything as it unfolds. So today being Friday the 13th. Okay,
Dum, dum, dum.
yeah. It's just the 13th day on Friday, it being September. Anyway, yeah, we learned that Praveen Gordhan is late. And just last night, so I was just minding my own business, and then I see Figiles just going on about how Praveen is getting medical care, he's in a critical condition. In my head, I'm like, 1 + 1 is 2. And then today we learned that indeed 3, he is late. So, RIP to him. I was quite touched again yesterday with the Bella, what is this bill? For those that don't know, that's like the Basic Education Amendment Bill.
So much has been said about the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, widely known as Bella. But what is the Bella Bill? The Bella Bill seeks to amend certain sections of the South African Schools Act of 1996 to respond to administrative challenges facing our schools and to continue with the transformation agenda of our education system. It is not a wholesale bill that covers all aspects of the sector. It focuses mainly on the administrative processes of the department and schools. The bill has 54 clauses ranging from the introduction of grade R to learner attendance, home education, the abolishment of corporal punishment, language policy, admission policy, the criminalization of disruptions to school, among other things. The bill seeks to have all home education children registered. The bill also provides for intervention steps that the head of department of the Provincial Education Department should take when confronted with language or admission policy that is discriminatory without imposing his or her authority unlawfully. Now that we have outlined what the bill is all about, let us focus on what the bill does not deal with. Because the Bella deals with administrative processes of the department and schools, it would therefore not include curriculum aspects. So there will be no mention of subjects, the 3-stream model, assessment, life orientation, or any mention of sexuality education. No human resources, such as the appointment of teachers and general workers. No infrastructure, no sanitation, pit latrines, mobile classrooms, and the building of schools or any such structures. These are covered in the norms and standards for school infrastructure. No inclusive education and schools for learners with special needs, which are covered in White Paper number 6. There'll be no taking away of any powers of school governing bodies, and this is not an attack on any language grouping. It is a bill that responds to the current needs in terms of the changing demographics of our communities, findings by the courts, and our own observations as we monitor schools. The bill has gone through extensive consultation with stakeholders repeatedly over the years. It is expected that the bill will be passed in Parliament soon after it was supported in the Select Committee, the Portfolio Committee, and the National Council of Provinces. When the National Assembly has passed it, the President will consider it for signature into law. The Department of Basic Education. Every child is a national asset.
And it's like an extension of the basic education and how essentially things are going to really change if you are a homeschooler or have kids that are homeschooling. That's going to badly affect your kids, because if they are within a certain age and they're not in the system, you as a parent can actually be legally arrested. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. So I'm going to
It's a
confess.
lot. It's a lot.
I'm going to confess that I don't know nearly as much about the Bella Bill as you do. All I know is it's bad.
And you remember back in the days, I don't know how back, but there used to be like a gazette. Do you remember Gazette? And you would get a gazette, and this would be public knowledge to say, okay, random example, we are going to put closure at William Nicol and whatever for a year. What do you guys think? Are you happy with that? And there would be like public opinion. And they would give us time to actually comment or anything of the kind. So with any of such things, it's almost like you get it now, make a decision, 2 minutes, pressure. And then Cupcake pulls out his famous pen
And
and
science.
signs it off. I don't know how many things Cupcake has signed just this year alone in a space of 3 months. Wait, I think it's NHI, right? There's something else that he signed. This is the third, law enforcing anything.
Yeah, but remember, the GNU is designed to lock in a certain agenda. And that
Agreed.
agenda, once they reach whatever the plan is, then they're going to lock it up, and the GNU is going to break up. Like, we're counting down to the death of the GNU. The same way that in 1994, there was a government of national unity.
There was?
As soon as the constitution
Right,
was
there
signed,
was.
then they understood, okay, so we no longer need to be in government to
Right.
preserve our rights.
Right.
We can be in opposition and still preserve our rights because the constitution is now enacted. And so, yeah, we can then blame everything on the ANC and not be party to what government is and what government does and how government operates. So similarly, I've been expecting that as soon as, look, when Helen Zille started being out of pocket, I was like, no, these guys were never in this thing properly. It was just a case of, look, we just need to sign these few things into law. Once it's done, and we've now destroyed any chance of anyone getting 2/3 majority.
Right.
So we're good. Then you're not going to change land. You're not going to change anything to do with the Reserve Bank and who owns it and how it operates. You're not going to change any of the main structural laws around the economy. You're not going to change property rights. You're not going to change anything to do with how we vote and things like that, because you would still need a supermajority to do those
Right.
things.
Right.
So, and no matter what happens, we are going to be in the room because we will remain this
Correct.
opposition voice.
Correct. I just think that the GNU is designed to bring some kind of stability and order. The GNU has potential for it to work if the right administrative persons that are voted in just do the work. There was a Smallanyana article that I really just kind of browsed through, and the commentary around it was how it would be so fun to have a Rassi and a Sia as leaders of the country. Because why? They get the job done, right? And in the article, it was just kind of describing the recent match at Ellis Park, how we were literally, our backs were against the wall. Like, New Zealand had that game in hand. It was just a matter of time that they would just retain the cup. It literally took a split of a second for the game to just simply change. And that strategic substitution led to us actually crossing. They were 12 points ahead of us, right? And literally at the 75th minute, that's when the tables turned. So, I mean, that kind of posture, that structure, that intention is what I feel like is clearly lacking in our country, because we almost feel like we have potential of just doing well. We don't have the right people to lead us to that potential or
No.
realize it.
I really don't like what you said, only from optics, because now it's like Rassi is the bus driver and Sia is the conductor collecting the money to
Yeah.
give to the bus
Not
driver.
necessarily like that. I feel like
But that's
Rassi-
why they pitched it that way, because you see, this is where propaganda comes in. They pitch it that way, where it's like, as long as we are in charge and then we have representation. So it's Rassi is the genius and Sia is the blackface to calm the black people down.
in retrospect, from observation, it looks like that. And hence, I guess Sia has been the face of quote unquote leadership. But I feel like Sia has, in some shape or form, laid the foundation of other Sias who may or may not look like him to just do the job. And Rassi has, it's almost like when something has been ingrained in your mind that you can have a winning mentality regardless of the opposition. And it's not like Rassi is like the guy. He's got like a supporting cast of technical, wise men and women who are supporting him in being able to say, no, this one here, we haven't tried him yet. Give him a shot. Yes, he's got 1 cap, or maybe he's got 10 caps, but give him a shot. He's got agility, he's got speed, he's tactical, he can pass the ball at any given point in time. And I make reference to this because there was a match prior when they were playing in Bloemfontein, and this was like the B team, so to speak, but the B team with familiar faces that went to the World Cup in 2019. And those B team faces, lo and behold, made it to the A team 2 matches ago. So the long route, GNU can only work if there's intention, if there is an administration that actually does what it's supposed to do. I recall the video. I don't know if you remember, but it was a tongue-in-cheek, a video that you posted on WhatsApp, where I think the mayor is like presenting, here's the money, and it literally goes through the process of how money is supposed to be spent versus how it's actually used. And this is the kind of, I guess, mess that we find ourselves in, where conversations like this are helpful in helping us understand what the trajectory of the country is. We are 2 years from provincial government. This is a good litmus test to see if there's an actual real opposition or not. But then again, I see Kalabo.
No.
Just like, yeah.
Look, the GNU is an important thing, but I don't, consider it a GNU because it's not a government of national unity. It's a propaganda machine designed to basically protect white interests without making it look like we're protecting white interests, because ideally they wanted a straight up coalition with the DA.
Okay.
So South Africa is now out and out.
Yeah.
We are here to preserve whatever rights white people have, which doesn't feel very different from what apartheid was, which doesn't feel very different from what the Republic of South Africa was when it was first formed.
Agreed.
And so from that perspective, it's like, akukho mehluko. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that from an optics perspective, if you're going to actually call it a GNU, then bring everyone in. And they keep promising us this CODESA. But notice how, exactly to your point earlier, they're packing in all the signing.
Right.
Then they'll discuss with the public.
Right.
How will then the public be able to now influence to say, no,
Absolutely.
unsign those things that you
those
signed?
things because they're affecting me.
And so this again is showing you that there is no genuine intent to center the South African, to center the average South African. There is a very clear intention to make sure that the the white establishment continues to enjoy what they're enjoying. But yeah, let's move away from politics